Welcome to G Fun Facts Online. Today we're diving into the digital underworld to expose a century-old scam that's found a terrifying new life online, the Ponzi scheme. Named after Charles Ponzi, who swindled investors in the 1920s with promises of huge returns on postal coupons, this fraud has evolved. The core idea is simple: pay early investors with money from new investors. There's no real profit, just a house of cards waiting to collapse. But how has this old trick become a global, multi-billion-dollar problem in the age of social media and cryptocurrency? Let's find out. The internet didn't just change how we shop, it supercharged the Ponzi scheme. Traditional scams were local, relying on face-to-face meetings. Online schemes are borderless. A fraudster in one country can target victims across the entire globe with a few clicks. Recruitment, once a slow process, is now powered by social media. Scammers create slick websites, post fake video testimonials, and even pay for celebrity endorsements to build a powerful illusion of legitimacy. They create a false sense of urgency, telling you an exclusive opportunity is closing soon. And then there's the money. Forget wire transfers. Cryptocurrencies have become the scammer's best friend. They offer perceived anonymity and allow for rapid cross-border payments that are incredibly difficult for law enforcement to trace. This digital makeover has made the scam faster, bigger, and harder to stop. So why do people fall for it? It's not just about technology, it's about psychology. Scammers are masters of manipulation. Their primary weapon is an appeal to our most basic emotions: greed and the fear of missing out, or FOMO. They promise unbelievably high, guaranteed returns in a very short time. Who wouldn't want to double their money in a month? This promise taps into our desire for financial freedom and exploits the fear that everyone else is getting rich while we're being left behind. Next, they build trust. They create professional-looking websites, forge documents showing a history of success, and use what's called social proof. They'll create fake online communities where dozens of satisfied investors share stories of their profits, making the scam seem real and trustworthy. Some even engage in romance scams, building an emotional connection over weeks or months before ever mentioning an investment. Finally, they weaponize complexity. They'll use confusing jargon and talk about secret proprietary trading algorithms. The goal is to make the investment seem so complicated that you feel foolish asking questions, so you just trust the expert. Let's look at some real-world examples to see how this plays out. First, meet Matt Motil, a podcast host who called himself the Cash Flow King. He allegedly ran an $11 million Ponzi scheme, promising investors huge returns from flipping real estate. The Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, claims Motil wasn't flipping houses. He was just using money from new investors to pay the earlier ones, all while forging documents to maintain the illusion. This case shows the danger of trusting online personalities without doing your own deep verification. A much bigger case was BitConnect. This was a colossal cryptocurrency Ponzi scheme that promised investors returns of up to 40% per month. They claimed a secret trading bot was generating these profits from crypto market volatility. In reality, there was no bot. It was a classic Ponzi, paying out old investors with a flood of new money from people desperate to get in on the crypto boom. When BitConnect collapsed in 2018, investors lost billions. Investigators had to trace funds through a maze of cryptocurrency transactions to unravel the global network of promoters who lured in victims. And it's not just an American problem. In Taiwan, a company called Dream Company illegally raised over $83 million. Their promise? High returns from investments in coin-operated massage chairs. It sounds bizarre, but the psychological tactics were the same. The investigation required police in multiple countries to work together to follow the money and arrest the perpetrators. As the scams get more sophisticated, so do the investigators. A new breed of digital detectives is fighting back. Forensic accountants trace the flow of money through tangled webs of bank accounts and crypto wallets, using data analytics to spot the telltale pattern of new money paying old investors. Computer forensic experts recover deleted emails and documents that can serve as a digital smoking gun. Network analysis helps them map out the entire organization to find the kingpins at the center. And when it comes to crypto schemes, blockchain analysis is key. While crypto can be pseudonymous, every transaction is on a public ledger. Specialized tools allow investigators to follow these digital breadcrumbs, linking addresses to a single entity and uncovering where the stolen money ultimately went. But this fight is tough. The borderless nature of these crimes creates huge jurisdictional headaches. That's why international organizations like Interpol are crucial, helping law enforcement agencies from different countries share information and coordinate operations to freeze illicit funds before they disappear forever. So in this digital minefield, how do you protect yourself? Knowledge is your best shield. Here are the critical red flags to watch for. First, promises of high returns with little or no risk. Every real investment has risk. If it sounds guaranteed, it's almost certainly a scam. Second, unregistered investments and unlicensed sellers. In most countries, investments and brokers must be registered with a government agency. Check their credentials online. Third, overly complex or secret strategies. If they can't explain it to you in simple terms, it's a major red flag. Fourth, high-pressure sales tactics. If they're pushing you to act now or miss out, just walk away. A legitimate opportunity will still be there tomorrow. Also be wary of unsolicited offers on social media, and look out for spoofed websites that mimic legitimate companies but have small errors in the URL or design. To be proactive, always do your own research. Don't just trust a website or a testimonial. Use tools like the SEC's EDGAR database to look up company filings. Verify every claim independently. And if you're ever unsure, talk to a qualified, registered financial advisor. Ultimately, it comes down to the oldest rule in investing. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Stay skeptical, stay informed, and you can navigate the online world safely.